stop buying OnlyFans subscriptions, bro. We're looking to make as much progress in this 110 days as we possibly can. We done already became unstoppable. I'm not going into 2026 the same person I was in 2025. YouTube, what's good? Alex Moore back with another video. Appreciate y'all as always for tuning into the channel. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe on today's video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @RealAlexMoore_. We only have 110 days left in 2025. I don't want you guys to be looking back come December and be like, dang, I'm in the same position heading into 2026 that I was in 2025. My finances ain't changed, my physique ain't changed, my mindset ain't changed. I don't know about y'all, but we can't have that no more. I've had too many years myself of being that way, and I'm fed up. And on this channel, not only am I leveling up, but I'm taking y'all with me, so we gonna level up together. I'm not even gonna waste any more time. We gonna go straight into this video because this is something that's gonna help a lot of us achieve the success and what we really want in life. So today we're gonna be talking about how to maximize the next 110 days. Everything I'm gonna be sharing with you guys is things that I'm doing myself to create a whole new reality going into 2026. The reason why I want 2025 heading into 2026 to be different is because I'm tired of things staying the same. For those of y'all who don't know, I was laid off from my job in November of 2023, right after moving into my brand new home. Things have been tough for me since then. We're coming up on almost a 2-year anniversary of that, and I refuse to go through the same thing heading into 2026. I'm sick of finances not being where it needed to be, mental health not being where it needed to be, confidence not being where it needs to be, lack of taking action on as many things as I need to take. We can't do that no more. So this is a topic that really means a lot to me as I'm changing my whole life as well. And I know there's plenty of men watching this video who may be in the same situation as me, possibly even worse. But the best part about it is as we can wake up every single day, we have a new opportunity to change our situation. So that's exactly what we're gonna do every day moving forward. And that starts with getting this under control, because this is something that holds so many men back, I feel like, regardless of age, and that is lust. Again, excuse my handwriting. I know my handwriting is the best, but we're gonna focus on the value and not the writing. It doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're 16, whether you're 54. We got examples like Shannon Sharp, somebody who is in his 50s and still getting caught up in lust. And that brings me right into the first point that I have with lust. Stop buying OnlyFans subscriptions, bro. Please tell me y'all not buying OnlyFans subscriptions. Please tell me y'all not out here trying to have these AI relationships and pretending that these AIs is really your girlfriend. Please tell me y'all have not been on the hub looking at pixels, strangers who you don't even know, your phone in one hand, your hand in the other, and you just going crazy. Please tell me that ain't been you. If it has been you, we gonna stop that today. Lust is one of the #1 things that holds all men back, regardless of if you're successful or you're at the very bottom. And we can't afford to succumb to this anymore. For the next 110 days, I'm gonna need you guys to go on NoFap. I'm gonna need you guys to go on semen retention. If you are gonna do what you need to do with a female, I'm gonna need you to strap up at least. On top of that, please let it be with a female who's worth it. Please let it be with a high vibrational female. Please let it be with somebody who is adding value to your life and not taking away from your life. We can go ahead and get our lust under control. We can't be stopped. That's the #1 thing that stops most men from having everything they want, is having a kid with the wrong person, spending too much time watching porn or chasing dopamine, or falling into debt because they don't subscribe to 10 different OnlyFans models. And they paying, how much is OnlyFans? $10, $20, whatever these subscriptions are. I know y'all gotta pay for the subscription, then you gotta pay for the actual video on top of that. So I can't even imagine how much money people is actually spending on OnlyFans on a regular basis, but that cannot be us. We're gonna get our lust under control. We're gonna use this time to really focus on ourselves, lock in on the things that we need to do on a daily basis, whether that's reading, whether that's meditating, whether that's working on the business, whether that's focusing on our mindset, whatever the case may be. That time that was spent going on dates, that time that was spent watching the OnlyFans, the time that was spent with the AI fake relationship, we gonna spend that time alone, bro. It's easy for us to get distracted when we have a partner. Not saying that there's anything wrong with the partner, because it is a blessing, but at the same time, if you're not focused on your purpose, it's easy to fall off course, especially once you start going crazy, you start doing your thing with your shorty, it can clog up your mind and you start moving the wrong way. We're gonna go ahead and get our lust under control. Once we have the money, the success, the promotion, whatever it is that you're going for, and you've mastered controlling your lust, when certain women come around and they want your attention, you're not even gonna look at them twice. You're gonna be able to decipher right away, is this a female that I need to invest in or put my attention into, or do I need to make sure I reserve my energy? You're gonna be so good at just discipling who's meant to be with you and who's not. It's gonna be a superpower, bro. The lust is definitely gonna set the tempo for everything else I'm about to talk about. As we're working on the lust and using that time that was spent going on dates, going on the hub, whatever the case may be, we are going to build up some more income. Maybe that's you start door dashing, maybe that's you start Ubering. I know for me personally, what I'm doing to build up my income is mostly 3 things, I guess you could say. One is applying to jobs consistently, like just regular 9-to-5s, trying to get a more higher paying 9-to-5, also one that's remote as well, so I can get a little bit more of my time back while making more money. But 2, doing DoorDash, putting in a lot of hours into DoorDash on the weekends and putting in hours doing DoorDash during the week as well. Really maximizing everything. So for my schedule, I don't know how y'all is, but maybe you can copy me if you need to. I typically wake up around 4 o'clock, 4:15, somewhere in that range. Get ready to go to the gym. I'm at the gym from 5 to 6:30, 5 to 7:30, whatever the case may be. Come home, shower, eat, go to my 9-to-5. Here's where things get good. What I'm gonna be doing moving forward is right after my 9-to-5, I'm gonna start doing DoorDash, literally immediately. Hanging out 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever the case may be, doing that throughout the week. And that's gonna be my main way to bring in some extra income. So you guys can think about that. But while you're doing that, also make sure you're carving out time for maybe something else you want to do. For me, that means also spending time working on the YouTube. That's another stream of income for me. As I continue to build these things up over time, the YouTube is going to start to take off a little bit more. I'm going to have that 9-to-5 that's going to pay me a little bit more money. I'm going to have the money from DoorDash coming in, and next thing you know, our income is slowly building up more and more. Imagine if for the next 110 days, you obviously go to your 9-to-5, but you also do Uber, DoorDash, you sell your clothes, you put money up on Facebook Marketplace, whatever the case may be, you're doing something to bring in more income, and you're focusing on trying to build up a new stream of income as well. You do that every single day for 110 days and you actually give it effort, you're gonna make more money, bro. So we've already made a difference from 99% of the other men right now just from doing these things. You mean to tell me we've already focused on our lust? We're not giving into temptation anymore. We're not spending time with random females, and we're spending that time that would have been with them on ourselves. And on top of that, we're also building up more income. Not to mention, probably since we are saving money from going on dates, that's more money going into our pockets on top of that, building up something that's gonna separate us from everybody else. That way, when the right female comes along in the future, she's gonna see right away, okay, this is a man with ambition. This is a man who's doing something with his life. He's not just comfortable staying at home, living with his mom, or living paycheck to paycheck, or smoking weed, whatever the case may be. So she's looking at you like, dang, I already see I got a catch. Let me go ahead and be on his team. Let me make sure I'm acting right. Let me make sure I'm doing what I need to do to support him, because shoot, he might change my life. Like he's looking like the top option for me. So I'm telling y'all, just off of mastering these 2 things, your lust and building up a secondary stream of income, we're already separating ourselves from the rest of the world. And we still got a lot more ideas, a lot more things that we're gonna do over these next 110 days to separate ourselves. So the next thing we're gonna do to separate ourselves from everybody else, and I feel like this is a perfect time to start, because literally, who do you know that's still locked in on changing their fitness? I don't know too many people that is starting to change their fitness in September. Most people I know look to change it in January. Maybe they do good for January, February, but by March, when they don't see any results, they've quit, bro. It's already game over. This is what's gonna separate us from everybody else. We're living like it's January right now, so think about it like this. We already have 3 months ahead on everybody else who's starting in January. So think about what we can accomplish in those 3 months. For one, even if we've never lifted weights in our life before, worst case scenario, we've spent these 3 months learning how to lift, learning how to have proper form, learning how to show up to the gym every single day on the days that we don't feel like it. This is already something that's gonna separate us from a lot of other people, because again, as I mentioned, most people are coming in here looking to go ahead and just get that instant reward. We're coming in here building up a foundation saying, hey, we don't care about the instant reward. We just wanna show up. We just wanna learn. What is it that I need to do to maximize my fitness? What is it that I need to do to maximize my nutrition? We're gonna figure out as we're lifting, okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to go on a bulk? Do I need to go on a cut? What is the ideal physique that I'm looking for? What's the physique that looks great with the body style that I have? Because everybody's different. So for you, it might be you need to go on a cut. Maybe you need to lose 20 pounds. But if we're starting in September, imagine how good we're gonna look by January if all we start to do to change our situation is go to the gym 5 days a week. We've got our 10,000 steps in, and we've learned what a caloric deficit is. All a caloric deficit is eating less than maintenance weight. So let's say you typically eat, I don't know, 2,500 calories a day. You're only eating 2,200 calories a day, or you're only eating 2,000 calories a day. But think about it like this. Not only are you eating 300 to 500 calories less than what you were eating before. You're also adding in getting 10,000 steps per day, and you're adding in the sauna on top of that. Bro, come January of next year, who knows? You might already have the physique you want. You might already be on point. And this is easier than you think it is, because the gym's not gonna be as packed as usual, because everybody's already given up on their dreams. Everybody's already given up on getting the physique. They wait until next year. So while they're spending their times watching football, while they're spending their time eating pizza, eating wings, you locking in on your fitness. You don't learn so much about your body. You don't learn so much about what you need to do to lose weight, or if you need to gain weight, you don't learn about a caloric intake. You don't found mass gainers that you can use to go ahead and speed up the process for you to gain weight. You don't learn about supersetting, which all that is doing 2 exercises and counting that as 1 set. For example, I hit bench today, but I didn't just hit bench. I superset it with 30 push-ups, and I did that for each set that I had. Over time, as you do this, you're gonna see your body start to transform. I remember where I was at in April when I first started my fitness journey to where I'm at in September, and I look totally different now. I've gone through a bulk. I bulked up from 160 pounds to 175 pounds from April to July, but I also went on a cut. I cut from 175 pounds to 162 pounds from July to September. So I've been able to get that experience doing both in a short amount of time. And now it's like, okay, I know what I need to do to gain weight, but I also know what I need to do to lose weight. I know what I need to do to get abs. I know I've seen both sides, and all of that is in a short amount of time. So imagine if you go on an 8-week bulk or an 8-week cut. You've already learned a lot compared to the average person. The number one thing I would say when it comes to this is actually tracking our food. So make sure you download MyFitnessPal or some food tracker that you can use so you can track, okay, I went ahead and had rice and chicken for dinner. I had 4 eggs and a protein shake in the morning. Like, whatever the case may be, you need to log all your food. You also need to track all your lifts as well. Otherwise, all this is pointless, and you're not gonna know if you're making any progress or if you're staying the same. And we're looking to make as much progress in this 110 days as we possibly can. We're not skipping no steps. We're gonna do that fully, correctly, and watch how fast you see results. I'm trying to tell you, this ain't gonna take as long as you think. And the next thing I wanna talk about, this is something that I've been taking a lot more serious recently. I feel like that probably always happens whenever you go through a breakup, I'm not even gonna lie. Self-care, man. I feel like I've been on my own little mini glow-up journey, just trying to figure out what's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me. I'm somebody who, over the years, really didn't know what look was the best look for me. Like, I used to have a lot longer beard. I have a hat on, but I was suffering from losing my hair, mostly just because I was stressed out, man. I was stressed out from finances not being on point, spending a lot of time alone just by myself. Things not really going my way, wasn't really helping, so I was stressing over a lot of things, man. But over these past few months, I've actually started doing a few things. So I've gotten a skincare routine. I personally use Tiege Henley. You guys can use whatever works for you, but Tiege Henley is really easy for me. This is not an ad. I feel like I'm about to start saying it's like an ad, I'm not gonna lie, but I just have the level 1 routine. It comes with a wash, and then you have a moisturizer for the morning, you have a moisturizer for night, and then you have a scrub as well. If you do that every single day, you're gonna see a lot of your acne clear up. You're gonna see your face just start to look a lot more healthy, a lot more shiny. Just, people is gonna see that you're doing something different. I do recommend that you guys start with a skincare routine, whether it's Tiege Henley or something else. Just make sure you washing your face, bro. Like, make sure you're taking care of yourself with that. Not only are you gonna have a skincare routine, but you're gonna make sure your beard is on point. You need to figure out, okay, what do you wanna do? Do you wanna rock the longer beard? Do you wanna have a low beard? Is your beard kind of patchy? What do you need to do to go ahead and maximize everything, especially from a facial aesthetic? So go ahead and look into that. Maybe find somebody like a celebrity that you really like online. Figure out if you guys have the same phenotype, if there's something that you can do to mimic how they look. We're gonna work on our skincare routine. We're gonna work on our grooming with our beard. Not only that, also our hair. Fellas, if you can, go ahead and invest in some minoxidil if you are losing your hair. I'm somebody who struggled with that, but once I got on minoxidil, once I got on finasteride, once I just started taking better care of my hair, I saw results fast, bro. I wanna say I got on minoxidil and finasteride probably in May or June. I didn't see results at first. If anything, my hair got worse because the hair follicles, particles, whatever you wanna call it, they had to die first in order for the new hair to get born. So I did have to go through an ugly phase, and that was kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie, but once I got through that, my hair started growing in more. And I would say by July is when I first started seeing a little bit of progress. Then August, I saw a little bit more. And here we are going into September and we're still seeing decent progress as well. So I will say definitely give the minoxidil and finasteride a shot. It's gonna take time for you to see results, so don't go in thinking, okay, well in the next 3 weeks I'm gonna go ahead and see results, because it might not work that fast. But if you can go ahead and stick with it for 6 months to a year, you know, you're gonna see tremendous results. And I'm telling you, you're a man who has his lust under control. You're not getting distracted by women, you're not on the hub, you're not going on dates, you're not letting them seduce you, whatever the case may be. You have that under control. You've already started building up a secondary stream of income, whether that's YouTube, whether that's a clothing brand, whatever it is, you've built that up. And you've also started doing DoorDash, and you've also started looking for ways to increase your income at your regular 9 to 5. And on top of that, you've locked in on your fitness. You either decide to go on a bulk or go on a cut, or if nothing else, just figure out what's the best nutrition to eat. You've locked in on that. And on top of that, you start taking your self-care serious. You've worked on your hairstyle, you've worked on your beard, you've worked on skincare, you've worked on finding better clothes that work for you. You have a little bit of money now, so maybe you can go ahead and buy you some cologne or buy you some new shoes or buy you some better outfits, whatever the case may be. We done already became unstoppable, and this is all in a 110-day time frame. I'm telling y'all, this is something that's possible. And it's on us to just do it day in and day out. But there's still one more thing I want to talk to y'all about. I'm not gonna lie, we still have one thing that we can do that can help separate us from the rest of the crowd. And this right here is something that I personally have to work through. I'm not gonna lie, this is my weak point. But if you can master confidence, bro, you officially him, dog. Even if you don't have the life that you want just yet, you haven't checked off everything that you want on this list just yet. If you can move like it, if you can move like you have the finances you want, if you can move like you got the swag that you want, if you can move like you got your lust under control, you move like any woman will be lucky to come into your life, you the prize, you working on your fitness. Bro, even before everything comes together, if you can just move in the moment as if you already have all those things, now at this point you believe as well. So now it's really gonna come and it's really gonna speed up the process. And it's like you going into 2026 a whole new person, bro. Most men aren't doing these things. Maybe they have one of these things checked off. Maybe they have the confidence, or maybe they have their fitness on point, or maybe they have the self-care, they know how to dress, whatever the case may be. But majority of men aren't checking off every single list, bro. I'm telling you guys. And the fact that we can do this in a 3-month time frame is crazy. But I genuinely believe that all this is possible because I've seen how far I've came in a 4 or 5 month time frame, just from April to now, just locking in on my own life, just how things have improved. I've seen my body improve. I've seen my face start to improve. My teeth, I didn't even talk about teeth whiteners. I meant to talk about that when it came to the self-care, but I started using Crest whitening strips, doing my nighttime routine, really doing everything I can to maximize myself. And as men, if we can just maximize ourselves in all areas of life, we're gonna win, bro. Because most men aren't doing that. It's Saturday night. Right now I'm recording this video. Most men, as I mentioned earlier, watching college football. They're scrolling on Instagram. They're on the hub. They're dreaming of a life that they want, but not putting in no type of work, no type of effort to actually get there. But what are we doing? We are maximizing our fitness. We are maximizing our income. We are maximizing our mindset, moving with confidence. We're moving as if we have everything that we want in this moment. How many men you know is doing that, bro? I know for a fact it's not a lot. So with that being said, we're gonna lock in on all of these over the next 110 days. Today is September 13th. By December 31st, we're gonna be totally different people. And if nothing else, we're gonna have the right mindset. We're gonna have the right systems in place to where come 2026, September, we're gonna be unrecognizable, dog. We're gonna be there. So go ahead and leave a like on today's video. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments below what you're working on to maximize yourself. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's Alex, I'm out. Peace.